And now, the best 60-ish seconds of your week. So I sit here among the vestiges of conventions past. Each one of these has a great story. I'll have to tell a few sometime. But with a little bit of melancholy, because for the first time since 1976, I missed a Republican National Convention, but I'm pretty sure I get a special dispensation because the year 2020 has been unlike any we've seen before, and certainly these conventions were. The two national unconventional conventions now are wrapped up, and what a marked difference there was, both in style and in substance. I mean, both teams, and I said this last week, had a daunting challenge to make a 2-hour Zoom meeting or a political infomercial, if you will, interesting and compelling for the audience. And the Democrats went about it in their way. And I said last week they did a pretty good job with production values and a Hollywood-type presentation. But the Republicans did something very different. They chose real people with real and very compelling stories. And the stagecraft was exceptional, from the live speakers in Andrew Mellon Auditorium to the incredible backdrop of Fort McHenry and the original Star-Spangled Banner coming to mind, to the extravaganza on the White House lawn and that incredible fireworks display that followed. You had to say that it beat a parking lot in Wilmington. And I especially love the fireworks because I'm like a little kid when it comes to fireworks. But there was much more to the convention than simply stagecraft and style. What really matters is substance. Speaker after speaker presenting the most compelling and emotional cases, real people telling real stories, a marked difference from what the Democrats had chosen to do a week before. Speaking particularly loudly to me was Herschel Walker, the former football star, who said, "I'm personally appalled by those that would choose to call Donald Trump a racist. I would not have spent the entire portion of my adult life with a racist." And then you had Sister Deirdre Byrne, an Army surgeon who became a nun, who spoke so strongly and forcefully to the right for life. And then you had Ann Dorn, incredibly powerful, incredibly emotional, talking about her slain police officer husband, David Dorn. And then Alice Johnson, one of the warm-up acts for the president's acceptance speech, an incarcerated woman who had been told she'd spend her entire life in prison, but is now given the chance to do the good work she was doing there on the outside because Donald Trump granted her a pardon. And it highlighted the fact that the Trump administration got criminal justice reform for the first time. The First Step Act, the president says, is just a first step and a real beginning. Then it came to the president's acceptance speech, and he did what he had to do. A little long, maybe, but nevertheless, he both told the story of what his administration had accomplished. He talked about the next 4 years and laid out an agenda for America and what it will look like as the comeback continues. And then he talked about Joe Biden. And Joe was holed up in his basement the whole time. You know, the Democrats complained about Donald Trump going out during their week and, quote unquote, stepping on their lines. They had the opportunity to do the exact same thing, and Joe Biden chose not to, sending out instead Kamala Harris on Thursday only, while Biden remains sequestered in his basement. And now there's talk about maybe no debates. A lot of Democrat leaders are saying that Joe Biden really shouldn't do it. Thankfully, at least at this point, Biden's saying he will. But all of this comes down to bring real focus to a serious problem that Joe Biden has and that everybody can see. There's going to be increased scrutiny about his mental and physical ability to do the job, and the debates run right into that. So let's see, A, whether there are any debates before early voting starts, and B, whether the three recommended by the commission, which we've historically done, actually come to fruition. Finally, real quick, the markets again this week looking very, very strong, erasing the losses of 2020, and the NASDAQ and the S&P remaining in record territory. Keep watching an economy going up, because for now, that is the best 60-ish seconds of your week.